Hello everyone, welcome back to another tomato sauce stream. Today we're going to be testing out stuff with the new cards that we got. Obviously we got the new box yesterday. We have already had a tournament which was interesting. I mean, it was a bit disappointing that the top 4 decks were all just the old meta, right? But I don't think anyone really expected any of the new decks to like really break into the meta in like a huge way. Like, I know there's a bit of anticipation, a little bit of hype behind Wind Warriors, but you got some people saying they think, oh, maybe it can get to tier 2. I think most people are kind of like, maybe it'll be like a low tier 3, like it's fine, it's okay. But again, we've only had literally one event. So we could have people cooking, we could have people building the deck a little bit differently, we could have people getting a little bit luckier in the future, and we could see it doing a little bit better going forward. But in the top 8 at the very least, we did see a couple of new decks. We did get to see, I believe, Whistling Bird top 8'd playing the Wind Warrior deck, which was pretty cool, the old Music Princess. I also managed to top 8 playing a very strange aggro brew, which was basically just Dragius plus Straight Pierce equals you win a lot of the time. And we did okay, I think, realistically. Is it going to be a deck that's like going to continuously top? Probably not. I think it just kind of caught a lot of people off guard, but it is what it is. Beyond that, the other decks didn't see a lot of success. I'm hoping that we could see that change as we go forward, but who really knows? But first things first. We are going to be doing a duel room. If people are interested, we will be doing that. So I guess if I do that, that should be the easiest way to do that. We have a room code. So if anyone wants to like go in there and start testing decks, obviously they can. I encourage people to play against each other if they're interested. If you're not interested, that's fine. We'll just hang out. If no one wants to play at all, we'll just play ladder. It's completely fine. So beyond that, we should see who we have in the chat. So we have Giorfio, who I don't know if Giorfio is still here, but Giorfio was here. Hello, Mr. Tomato Sesso. Hello, Mr. Giorfio Sesso. Obviously, Giorfio going to be one of our world's competitors for Rush this year, which should be very, very exciting. That should all be kicking off on Friday, I think is like when the event technically starts. I don't think the games actually start for us until Saturday. Either way, it's going to be really exciting, and we do wish Giorfio the best and hope that he does well. Obviously, he's my teammate as well, so even more support for him there. We have Draco Kid, the biggest Vi-Frnd coper is here. I'm here to cope. Welcome, welcome on in, Draco. I mean, I don't know. I think Vi-Frnd has a place, but it's not going to be a place that's like... I don't think it's going to be a tiered deck, right? My initial impression is I think it could be a high rogue. I think it will have a small handful of matchups where it feels relatively favored. But like almost all of the current meta is just going to absolutely dogpile on it. So I hope it does okay. I'm not expecting much of anything, to be perfectly honest. We have Gunkin Suship Shari in the chat. Welcome, welcome on in, Gunkin Suship Shari. And hello, a human Portuguese dub fan. Welcome, welcome. We have Whistling Bird in the chat. Hello, Mr. Tomato. Hello, Whistling Bird. We have Toti in the chat. Tomato sauce. Always with the tomato sauce. Welcome, welcome on in. We have United for Eternity. Tomato sauce indeed. Hello, Tomato and chat. How are we all doing today? Hope all is well. I mean, I'm doing pretty good. It's kind of at that weird temperature right now. And this is like specifically in my office, right? Where it's like, it's too warm to not have a fan on. But if you put the fan on, which I've got my fan on next to me here, it's now a bit chilly. So like, I'm stuck in this like weird temperature where I'm like, no matter what I do, I will not be comfortable. So like, outside of that, which is like the most first world problem of all time, I'm doing great. So thanks for asking. Hope you're having a good day. Didn't even get to play against any new deck, just the generic 7s. I mean, it is one of those things as well. Well, an interesting thing to note as well is that 7s did end up winning. And 7s didn't win a single tournament in the last meta, right? So you could make the argument, oh, there were less people playing Light Galaxy this tournament. Or maybe the Light Galaxy players got sacked. Maybe they got, I don't know. You could say whatever you want, right? But it is an interesting observation that 7s did get a win when there wasn't when we're in a new format, we've got a bunch of new cards coming in. And again, we'll always say this, like the first week of results, we don't really like, count. Like, we count them, but they don't have a lot of weight. People are just trying new shit. People are just playing with the new toys. It's whatever, right? Nothing's going to stabilize it for a bit. But it's kind of gives you a good first impression, I find. No, I can't play right now. Hopefully someone test the Gundam. I'm sure someone will. Someone must, right? Tomato bias for Worlds. I will always be biased, right? Because one, I am not an official commentator. Two, I have 2 of my actual teammates going, so obviously I want them to do well. And there are like 4 people that I just really like that are just members of the community, 2 of them being my teammates, that I also want to win. So like, I immediately have like a bias towards 50% of the players, where as long as Zenzo, Giorfio, Parco, or Quantum win, I'm happy, right? As long as one of those 4 wins. If one of those 4 doesn't win, if it's one of the other 4, that's where I'm like, that's a bit of a shame. Like, I want someone from our community to win, because I know them personally, right? I've spoken to them. I've had conversations with all of them. You know, I'm more invested in them personally. So, like, I really want one of them to win. I think Friday at 9 a.m. for you is when the casting starts. Yeah, but is that when... Because I forget what it is. Is it Friday and then the finals are on Saturday for Duel Links? And then Sunday is, like, just TCG? I think that might be how it goes. Because if I remember, they're doing the TCG Swiss at the same time as the finals of the digital games, which is like so weird that you would like try and have like a weird conflict of interest there, but I don't know. They can do whatever they want, right? It just feels a bit disappointing when I'm like, could we get some focus on the finals of the cool digital formats? And then Konami's like, oh, you know, people might not want to watch the digital stuff. They'll just watch the TCG Swiss. And it's like, I get what you're saying, but I don't like it personally. Hello, Julius Caesar. Welcome, welcome. I'd love more testing with my Music Princess. My cog climb was pretty easy with no Light Galaxy, so if anyone wants to fight music, I'd be down. Hello, Rarity. Welcome, welcome on in. Is this Speed or Rush? Rush. This is Rush. We just had a new Rush box. It's got to be Rush. I don't... Actually, I think we have had a Speed dual room once. I think we've only ever done one once. And that's because I will never be an authority on Speed. I just won't, right? I am a Speed tourist. I enjoy playing Speed. I will cog in Speed. I enjoy the odd deck that I find appealing in Speed. I'm never going to be, like, there on day one playing all the brand new Speed decks. I'm never going to be the person that has the entire fleshed out Speed collection. I am very much just a casual Speed enjoyer, right? Hello, Dr. Alex. Welcome, welcome on in. And we have Duan in the chat. Hello, hello, Duan. Welcome, welcome. Only 2 LG entered. I mean, there you go. That explains it, right? That definitely explains it. I wish Mono had a distribution. He did have a distribution. It's just he showed it on stream. Because, Badge does the deck breakdowns. 7s can beat maximum. I mean, there are a lot of decks that can beat maximum. 7s has, like, a weird time in that matchup, I would say. Oh, we better follow a goal. Way, thank you for the follow, Shade Anarchy. Welcome, welcome. I swear I've turned that down, like, 4 times, and it just resets its volume back up to being maximum again. There's nothing I can do about it. So I do apologize for that. Who else do we have in the chat? I have a new Dragonic Demolisher deck with Mirror Gears Fusion package and 3 of the new Dragonic Geist. It has worked really, really well so far. Nice. I'm happy for you. You should test it in the duel room. Also, to in your video, you said Light Galaxy can end on 2 Eternal. How do you even do that? It's called polymerization. And besides, I didn't say they could end on it so much as I said if they want to beat it, they'd have to end on that. I mean, I could be paraphrasing. I could have misspoken the thing, but I believe that's what I said. But yeah, some lists are playing polymerization. Now, that being said, you could just play Hammer Crush, which is better, right? It cuts out the middleman, but you could make the argument that polymerization could be better into other matchups. But you know the Latam build of just stick in the poly and have a good time, right? That was an interesting delay on Quantum. Is what it is. Poly. I'd love to fight that United. Yes, Sunday is just TCG. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. It's really weird. I don't like it, but it is what it is, right? So, group stage is Friday. Swiss is on Saturday. Sorry, Elim is on Saturday, not Swiss. I was going to say, I was like, okay. Friday is Swiss semi-finals for both Duel Links and Master Duel. Yes, it is. I get it's fine for the most part, right? Because Rush has no like exposure to the West outside of Duel Links, I don't know, I just want a little bit of extra spotlight on Rush. But I suppose the fact is, people aren't watching Rush, people aren't playing Rush as much as they're playing Speed and Master Duel and TCG, right? So from that perspective, I get it. If it has the least amount of interest in it, then why push it? But on the inverse side, on the other side of the coin, it's like, if you're not pushing it, how's anyone going to find out what it is or find out if the format's any good? I don't know, it's weird. I do find it strange. I do find it very strange. Saturday is Duel Links finals from what I saw. Duel Links as in Rush. Hello, Shade Anarchy. Strange, mine is Saturday too. Yours is Saturday too. What do you mean yours is Saturday too? I'm prepping my spreadsheet for WCS. Nice! That's what we always like to see. I always like to see all the data consolidated in one place. It always makes me very happy. I guess we'll just jump in with the yappy bits first, right? Because we do love a bit of yap. So the first thing we're going to talk about is there was a speed tier list update. I know, a lot of people don't really care about speed, but I like speed, okay? And we're having the Worlds this weekend, so it is sort of relevant, right? Chimera's been booped up to tier 2. I mean, that is not too surprising. Chimera has been doing okay lately, and the deck does have the ability to just kind of OTK your opponent out of nowhere. I mean, if we take a look at the meta-analysis, we can see that it's there. It's not like doing anything like super crazy. In fact, if anything, it looks like Utopia is what's popping off the most this week. But again, take this with a pinch of salt, right? It's just community tournaments. Sky Striker also getting bumped up is interesting. I think the most interesting thing about this, and we should probably change this set. That looks a little bit better. I think Sky Striker is... it's a really weird deck. I'm not the biggest fan of Striker, but I know it is like a beloved deck. There are so many people that I know personally that are basically Sky Striker one-tricks. So, like, I'm happy for them that their deck's doing well. At the same time, I've never really liked playing against the deck. I've never really had any interest in playing the deck myself. It's just kind of always been this, like, oh, it's there. And it was one of those decks that whenever I would climb, and I was, like, you know, pushing ladder going up to Cog, Sky Striker always felt like a free win. But I don't know if that's because at the time, obviously they've just got some new support, so I have no idea how the deck like really performs now. But at the time, they hadn't had support in a little while, and maybe the decks I was playing just kind of hard countered it. But I always just saw Striker as a free win. Like, I don't know, it was a weird one. Mono's, his was Friday, but mine is Saturday. What are you talking about, Shade Anarchy? I have no idea what you're talking about. Hello, top tier duelist. Could someone tell me if Utopia ZW monsters are treated as monsters or spells in regards to Dark Ruler no more? That's not a question for me, my friend. Sky Striker is really boring. I mean, I don't like it personally. Badge made the tier list. I don't think that's true, but people do anything for their waifu on Striker. I mean, apparently it does seem that way. And then that's kind of it. It was just that. It was just these two got bumped up. Obviously, going by the tournament results, and there is quite a lot of them, right? At least compared to Rush, this is a lot more tournaments, right? And some of these have a lot of people in them. Obviously, Cloudy's had 210, which is really, really good, even for speed. And then you get kind of the more normal-sized tournaments of like 63, 53, 68, 89. And then you got a couple of like little smaller ones, right? Which is fine. We like our little smaller tournaments as well. But interestingly, it looks like Utopia is performing really well, especially in the bigger tournament. Right, the 210, it was Utopia and Despia. This is kind of what we expect, except like Shadow. Like the three decks I always expect to see on top, Shadow, Utopia, Despia. Ra getting second place is interesting, especially in a 53-player tournament. I didn't actually watch that tournament, but that is very interesting. Very interesting. Mono's EDO tournament, sorry, I thought you figure it out. Also, I got sick. I see. We are Rush Duelists. We don't know what a negate is. Real. I'm always afraid of Sky Striker because they usually clear my board and either OTK me or leave me on nothing no matter what I do. I suppose, but is that just since they've gotten their newest wave of support, or is that like something that's been long term? Because obviously Sky Striker's been like on and off the tier list quite a lot. Like it's been off the tier list for quite a while now, but it's still like kept coming back on. But like for Worlds, like I'm still excited to see a lot of these decks. I think Utopia is still, I don't know. I know Dwan is a big Utopia fan, right? He's a big Utopia player. I still don't really like the way Utopia plays, but at the same time, Utopia is kind of like... It's not like a Floodgate deck. It's not like a toxic deck. It's actually quite generic in that it just kind of plays default Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it just... Utopia, for me, is like the vanilla of Speed Duel Links right now. That's how I kind of look at it. Like... And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's sort of like Spellcasters, where it's just everywhere. So you're like, I'm getting kind of bored of that. Chimera is actually, if anything, I'd say Chimera feels a bit more toxic than Utopia in a lot of ways. Shadowll is just, like, Winder, like, spoils this deck. I think take Winder out of this deck, and then we'll talk, you know? Until then, I'm like, Shadowll's just kind of toxic. I don't really like it. Again, I don't really have much opinion on Striker. I think it's boring. Despia, again, is another deck I think is kind of boring. I don't know. I tried to play it because I like the branded deck, and like I've played with the Despia cards before in Limited, and I enjoyed it there. But I think just the first Dark Lord Turbo is really boring, and turn 1 just setting up Tax Dragon and then like a first Dark Lord play and then maybe a negate. It's not. I just don't find that engaging. It's not super exciting personally, but it is what it is. Cloudy did a $100 tournament. Yep. I mean, Cloudy, I think, quite often does. Maybe not often. Maybe often is the wrong word. But I think Cloudy quite often runs, at the very least, tournaments. And does occasionally have quite large prize pools for them. So, you know, I'm very happy for that. I hope Cloudy had a great birthday. I hope the tournament went really well. Utopia is the bane of my existence currently. I think that's fine. I love Utopia in the anime. I hate it in Duel Links. See, I don't like Utopia in the anime. Bearing in mind, I have very limited exposure to it, right? I still haven't watched absolutely everything of Zexal. But everything I have seen, I've always thought Utopia's a bit boring. Despia and Shadowll look like the exact same deck to me. They play so exceedingly different, at least in my opinion. I don't know, maybe someone that's like actively super, like... deep-rooted into speed at the moment would have a different opinion. But for me, I think Shadowll and Despia look so fundamentally different in how they play, in the way that like the combo lines work, in the way that they can like extend and make plays. I don't know, it just seems very different to me. Welcome to the Club Tomato for calling it Tax Dragon. It's always the Tax Dragon. Daddy's money is alluring. What do you even mean by that, Manicus? What? I don't even know if that's like a reference or what. Hi, by the way. Hello, welcome. If they are equipped to a monster, they aren't treated as monsters, they are treated as spells. There you go. They are both fusion decks. Is there only similarities? Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. I guess they both play, like, dark cards. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like, dislike this current meta, but, like, I'm also not super fond of it, I guess is the way I would describe it. Like, this meta is fine. This isn't a great meta. This isn't a horrid meta. There are some things in this meta that are horrid. Tax Dragon, Winder. Is that kind of it? I think some people would make an argument that Chimera is a really, like, toxic deck to play against. I personally don't like Ra, but, like, I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Cloudy's money. Oh, I see. Now, I do beat Light Galaxy once. Nice. Is there a reason Rush doesn't use side deck in tournaments? Is it because in the OCG it doesn't? So Rush does use side decks in OCG, specifically during the Galaxy Cup, I believe. Or it might just be the Galaxy Cup finals. I can't remember. They do use side decks occasionally. The main thing is, typically... Duel Links in general doesn't use side decks that often. It is very, like, it's come up in the past where we've had, like, side deck formats, where the whole community has gotten together and said, okay, can we have a side deck for our tournaments like now? But it's down to the individual tournament organizer, right? Like sometimes we have side decks, sometimes we don't have side decks. In Rush, we had side decks during Rush to Coliseum, which was like a Team Wars format. We don't have it for our current Team Wars format, which is the Dynasty League? Dynasty War? I can't remember what the exact name is, but we have that. Tomato, do you like Sword Soul? I have played a bit of Sword Soul. I'm not a Sword Soul veteran. I've played it a bit. From what I played of it, I thought it was really cool. I don't, however, like Tenyi that much. So, you know, take that what it is, I suppose. I wonder if we'll see Riot Worlds. I think there is a chance. There's definitely, we have 16 duelists. Each duelist bringing 5 decks, right? So that means there is a large pool of decks that are being brought. It's not guaranteed no one's going to bring it. Like, we could see all of these decks realistically at Worlds. It would be interesting. Normally people only side deck Vanity's Fiend. I mean, people side deck quite a lot actually in Rush. There are a lot of Rush specific side deck cards that do see a lot of play. Like the one big one that we did see for a long time was Mad Rare Aquila, and that's whatever level 6 decks were really popular. Obviously Execute You was the big one, but people would often either main deck it, or if it was a side deck format, slap it in the side deck and bring it in when they needed it. And here I understand Swotor and was confused and excited. No, unfortunately, Whistling Bird, this is not a Star Wars time. I did play both Sword Soul and Tenyi. I played Tenyi Sword Soul before, so I'm pretty hyped. I mean, like I said, it's one of those weird ones where, like, Despia is a deck where it was like, oh, we're getting Despia. That's basically branded. But then, like, we don't play any of the branded cards in there, except, like, branded in red, right? And I guess it doesn't have a lot of branded identity, is what I'm trying to get at. It's more of just a Despia deck. And I don't think that's super exciting. Like, typically, like, branded Despia was, like, the fun one, right? And I'm wondering if in Duel Links we will do the same thing with Sword Soul Tenyi, which is, will we just play pure Sword Soul because of, like, a skill or something, or will we go back to playing Tenyi Sword Soul, right, or Sword Soul Tenyi? I still remember that one big blow cup I made could have topped, but my opponent side decked Lancia. I do not want side deck back anytime soon. I think side decks are important depending on how toxic the meta is. I think the more toxic a meta is, the more you want a side deck to deal with that shit. Because a lot of the time, it's not super feasible to just main deck a bunch of specific, like, tech cards to deal with certain decks, because they're going to be completely useless in other matchups, right? So you'll be sat there like, well, either I make my deck worse in case I go against one of the really awful toxic decks, or I make my deck better and just pray I don't run into a toxic deck, right? In those sort of situations, that's when I like a side deck. But again, a lot of that's going to come down to, like, subjectivity, right? Like, some people are going to be like, this deck's fine, this meta's fine. Other people will be like, no, this is, like, a massively floodgate heavy format. This is awful. I hate this, right? So it's going to, again, come down to, like, personal preference. If we go to the Rush format, though, this is not super relevant anymore, unfortunately, because we just had a new box, and this is obviously last week. We only had 2 tournaments as well. Yaden Cup, I'm not really sure what Yaden Cup was. Because Yaden Cups are usually, like, have weird rules. So I did see that a Yaden Cup was happening, but usually I'm like, well, the Yaden Cups happen at, like, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. for me, so I'm not taking part in them. And I usually don't need to take care or take note of the results because the rules are usually weird. Although it does have 16 players, and that is the cutoff for my thing. So I might have to look into this and see what actually happened with the results. But let's see what Bismuth wrote about this, because it looks like he's actually talking about the current format and not last format. Another week with low tournament presence. A new box is coming this week, so probably we'll see a boost competitively again. From the box, there are decks of potential. We got Floodgate is a skill drain like Floodgate, but decks like Hero and the Maximum out the Maximum very easily with Shining Flare Wingman. I will say, if you rely entirely on Shining Flare Wingman, it's not always going to go your way, because if your opponent just has trap cards and they just trap card your Flare Wingman, well then what's your backup plan, right? Sevens have Master of the Sevens Road, and this again falls into the same trap. If your opponent has like Compulse, or if they have Shady, you have to make sure they're not hitting your only out, right? Decks like Galaxy may have to adapt, though, as they don't have a way to out a 4K monster without Eternal Galactic Oblivion. That's very, very true. We have already started seeing people playing things like Hammer Crush in those decks. Music Princess deck has potential too, thanks to Battle Ballet at 3 copies, so the deck can fusion summon from the graveyard very easily. The boss monster Divine Breath has piercing damage and big attack, so the deck has, at first glance, consistency and power to be a meta contender. I think this is all pretty much what we expected. Nothing like too crazy in there, nothing like too off the wall. Side deck is indeed bollocks. Then you have to put outs in your deck for different opponents. Yeah, but that in itself is a really toxic mindset to have, right? Just saying, just have the out and then just draw the out is I'm sorry, but it's really short-sighted. It really is. Like, if you ever find yourself in a situation where the win con is, trust me, bro, just draw the card you need, that's never really a healthy format. That's just like tossing coins, right? What's even the point of that? I mean, side deck is usually used to side in silver bullets. Yeah, that's basically the takeaway, right? Bro, every deck has to have weakness. It's not the same, right? I think you're really getting confused here as to what we're saying, right? If in a meta, basically, if a meta is in a state where there are so many cards that you need to have specific outs to, or as Dwan phrased it, silver bullets, right? Then that is not a good meta. Realistically, those cards should not all have been legal and as powerful as they are at the same time. That's like a really horrible format. And what's gonna happen, right? Either people are gonna just play on, they'll be like, oh, it doesn't really matter, we'll just play on anyway, whatever. Or a large number of players are gonna be like, well, I'm not playing this horrible tournament. Like, why would I play in this disgusting meta? I'm just going to stop playing the game. And either they'll quit, or they'll take a break, or they'll just play, you know, like, they'll just grind events and not bother playing PvP or not playing tournaments, which, like, can feel really, really bad, right? So to try and alleviate that, and generally this is what happens. Typically, like, I've seen in the past when Grand has talked about adding side decks into his events, he polls the community. He's like, what do you guys think? Do we need a side deck for this format? And then, you know, by popular demand, it's like we've all agreed, yes, we would like a side deck. No, we don't want a side deck, right? So it's very rarely going to be something like, you know, some sort of dictatorship. Oh, the tournament hosts are forcing this on us. Usually it is very much a democracy, and usually it's the player base that decide if they want it. Random question, how strong does Tiger Breath? Tiger's Breath is like fine. It's nothing like super crazy, but it's like it's a +1. It gets you a search. Getting out your bosses is really nice. Every boss you summon during a turn is basically like an extra +1, but you could also make the argument that they're a bit clunky in the first place, so it's like, yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, everyone can win from another. That's far more healthy for a game like this. The difference there is when you have like, oh, you know, Rock beats everything unless everything has the silver bullet they need to beat it, right? And that does happen sometimes. There have been formats in the past where that has been the case. The problem that Rush tends to have is we don't usually find ourselves in rock, paper, scissors formats, right? The issue that Speed tends to have is it does find itself in rock, paper, scissors formats, but sometimes there are just cards or skills that are just so powerful that, like, it doesn't matter that, like, paper can beat rock because rock still beats paper, like, 60% of the time, right? That's kind of the issue, right? I like Godot Breath in the Japanese. Oh yeah, it's a great name. Fellow British spotted. In TCG, they just side in a bunch of floodgates, which they know they're going first. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those weird ones, right? Where if you're going second, you side in all the hand traps. If you're going first, you side out all the hand traps and side in all, like, the ridiculous going first cards. And that's just kind of the way that, like, TCG plays. Like, it's very strange, right? But yeah, with that said, I guess we'll take a look at the tournament results. So we've had a whopping 1 tournament. Amazing. I know, it's crazy. 1 whole tournament. Whoa. And these are basically the results. So top 4, and we'll go ahead and change this over again so this looks a little bit nicer. So we have top 4. We've got Sevens Road as the new best deck, guys. Light Galaxy dethroned as tier 1. Sevens Road is my friend now. Now, realistically, 1 tournament doesn't really mean a lot. This is probably going to balance out as we go, but Sevens Road did manage to win, which is, you know, good for them. Then, like, Galaxy and Elemental Hero bringing up the rear. This is basically the old format. If we go to top 8, it looks a little bit more interesting because we do now have Aggro and Music Princess in here, which is neat. But again, it's one tournament. This is not an accurate data set. This is not a robust, series of data. This is just one little thing. It doesn't really mean anything. I thought we'd look at it just because it would be fun. And then there is going to be one tournament on tomorrow, which is going to be the Starry Cup. I don't think there's a Rush tournament on today. I don't think there is at the very least. But we do have Gryan or Happy Ryax hosting the Starry Cup tomorrow. And I should be co-casting with him with that tournament, which should be very, very exciting. So I am very excited for that. I'll go ahead and chuck this into the chat in case anyone wants to sign up for that. Because it should be a good time. Should be a good time. Yeah, what you now describe is not good. I get it. The biggest issue for me is for side decking is the nature of side deck cards themselves. Is basically I drew my side deck card. GG, go next. See, I've always looked at it as the exact opposite, right? The reason side deck cards are important are because there are main deck cards that basically say, I drew my main deck card, you don't have the out for this, GG, go next, right? That's the opposite, opinion that I have. Depending on the deck you're playing against, sometimes they'll just slam a floodgate on the board, and it'll just be like, well, just have MST, bro. And you're sat there like, well, I don't want MST, because it's only good against your deck, right? I mean, that it's maybe not a great example, but MST was always, the go-to back in the day, right? If your opponent plays a floodgate, typically the floodgate would be on, a spell trap. You want to be able to get rid of the spell trap, and then in your main deck, you'd have, Nightmare Phoenix, which you could use to pop it, but because their skill drain effect is stopping you from using Nightmare Phoenix, you're then back in this well, now I just need a spell or a trap that can out it, and then if your opponent has a negate to protect it, then you need 2 spell or traps to negate to deal with it, and it's there's just so many things that can be just, again, remedied to deal with these toxic board states if you just have a side deck. And I'm not going to always sit here and say side decks are always a good thing. I just think that side decks are almost always a positive and very rarely a negative. That's the way I always look at it anyway. Is the new box allowed for Worlds, or were the decks locked in already? Yeah, the decks were locked in, I want to say on the 18th. So, a little while ago. Which is another thing I'm not a big fan of. I don't really like the fact that we are... We've just had a new box release. And everyone's excited to play with the new stuff, right? People are like, oh, tournaments, I want to play a tournament with the new stuff. Oh, ladder, we're going to play with the new stuff. This is all really cool. Really exciting, new, interesting things. And then for Worlds, it's yeah, now watch people play the last meta. And it's I don't know, it's a bit disappointing. Now, on one hand, nothing might have changed. If nothing in this box ends up being super meta relevant, then we're in the same meta anyway, right? So it doesn't really make a difference. But it does seem a little bit like you could have just waited 1 week. If you release this box 7 days later, it comes out right after Worlds. And then, we can watch it playing the current format, and then we can jump into this. Because think about this from a Worlds competitor standpoint, right? Or viewpoint. They now can't test on the ladder. Now, I'm not saying the ladder would be a good testing environment anyway. The ladder is very hit or miss. A lot of the time you play against people that are just playing the most random crap anyway, and you'll play against people that have no idea what they're doing. But it's no longer an option, right? Because if they're playing their, old format deck with none of the new cards, and they're now playing against, Beastie Magnum Overlord, it's well, what am I learning from playing against this Floodgate Maximum that's going to help me at Worlds? It's very strange. It's very strange. Where you live, UK, Australia? The UK. I thought only DK uses side decks. I mean, side decks are just a thing, right? Just in every card game. But, I mean, DK is Master Duel. He hasn't done Duel Links in God knows how long. Lives in Singapore, trust. No, I think some people could have found a 5th deck from the box, at least. Yeah, they absolutely could have. Especially because of how the restrictions work. Because you have to have, 5 different characters. And you can't, use a lot of cards that overlap. Decade would side a card with a picture of your deck list. Not in poker. Let me switch to my pocket aces. Grand and Quantum used to have side decks. Yeah, it's one of those things where, again, depending on the tournament, depending on the TO, depending on the format, you can have side decks or not side decks, right? All right. Why don't we come out here and let's see if anyone's actually in the door room. We don't actually have the code up anymore because we're stupid. There we go. There's a code. Well, Shade's in the door room. Let's see if Shade wants to duel. We'll try out this new deck. Rush or speed? Rush! Always rush! Rush, 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 rush. Well, Shade might not be here. We'll give him another 10 seconds, and if he doesn't accept it, we'll go onto the ladder instead. Sorry, I didn't play that. I mean, that's a shame. I always like to play both formats. I think both formats are really fun. Alright, looks like he's not here. So we will go ahead and jump into some ladder games for now. And then after, you know, every ladder game or so, we'll jump back in and see if anyone's popped into the door room. Give me a sec, Tomato. I'll hop into the room. Stuck on an NPC. Sorry, we'll join after this one. APR your streams, Tomato. Haha, why, bro? It does not amuse me like speed. That's the reason. I mean, it's one of those things where, again, we've got an opponent with no skill. I personally like both formats. Like, I always have. Okay. How does Vi-Frnd feel, Tomato? I have no idea. That was our first game. So, I didn't open this box, so I don't have any of the new decks. I mean, you could still play an old deck, right? Playing an old deck against the new deck lets you know how it feels in the current format. 100% win rate. Hello, Mono. Welcome, welcome. Just an exclamation mark Mono in the chat. Always got to give a shout out to my boy. You play Candies Nuts? Yeah, we're just testing it out, right? This is just like the first draft of the build. We'll see how it works. Playing my new deck, Beatdown 2.0. Ooh, Serena, daring today. Vash is very amusing when you see someone play 1500 vanilla. Good stuff in COD. I know, amazing. Right, let's see if we can come up with anything here. I mean, this initial hand is not looking fantastic, but we do get to add something to our hand, which is quite nice. That's probably going to be a 2200 defense, and that's probably a Shady. I mean... the issue is, I don't think there's a lot we can actually do with this. Alright, we'll activate the skill. I guess we'll add this and just try and force something. I'm expecting it to get shadied anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter what we do with it. So tribute. Oh, no delay. We'll take that. Alright, we'll set this. Now the question becomes... what do we want to leave in our hand? We're leaving something in our hand, that's for sure. I'm kind of tempted to leave that. So we'll set this, and we'll summon Maginical Miracle. Activate, send the top card of the deck. Not exactly the mill we were hoping for, but it's fine. Back over the 22, get in for 1000, and we'll pass. So now it's going to come down to... they can use the skill, grab the fusion, which means we're probably going to be seeing a fusion. So now it's going to come down to... are they going to be able to force the trap? Because that's fine. We have to let that go. But if they have ballet, we're going to get cooked anyway. But there's not really anything we can do about it. Right, we'll go Shady. We'll do you. And we'll do you. Gain our 15. I'm expecting ballet. Okay, yeah, so Ballet comes down. You can pop this card if you want to give up a card from your hand, which is like fine. Just basically turns the card in hand into MST. Rush is very amusing. Bro, you is so annoying. I can still hear this voice after I leave. I have no idea what you're... I have no idea what you're talking about, Shade. Oh, man, did we have... Oh, yeah, you had a Digisoon. That is mildly annoying. How do we want to do this? If I do... I need to get Vi-Frnd on. We only have one member of the band in the graveyard currently. I can get one more in the grave. We're lower on life, so I can use that to get that back. There's like no super good way to do this. Let's try this. We'll go Roman Pick. Activate the effect. I would like to have Vi-Frnd back in my hand. Then I'm going to summon Dream Drummer. Thank you, music, for having a big, lovely nothing going on at the end there. Is there a reason to use Dream Drummer here? Probably not. Actually, I suppose I can. All I do is mess with your graveyard. Messing with the graveyard doesn't really matter at this point. I guess it kind of does. Right, well, I take Dream Drummer. Put one of these back. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. So I want the effect to work, so... We'll activate Guitarist, see what the mill is. That's not helpful. We have 2 band members in the graveyard at the moment. Send you. Mill 5. Who did we miss? We've missed Berry Bassist. We've missed the one we have 2 copies of. That's annoying. I mean, we're probably still fine. But we need to hit Berry Bassist. And we have 2 copies of it. And then that should just be lethal. So we'll go in with this. I have literally got the memory of a goldfish. Alright. We would have won the duel there if I wasn't an idiot. The worst part is, that's not even the first time I've done that. It's really not. It's really not the first time I've done that. I mean, we had lethal damage, right? We know we would have won the duel. We know we would have won. Oh, I'm so stupid. Ah. I mean, yeah, we know the duel's over. Let's just get out of here. All right. We would have won. We would have won if we weren't a dumbass and we didn't completely forget about the back row. I mean, you could have also used Guitarist last, so she would have more attack. So the reason, I mean, you are right. The reason we did it first was to see what the mill was going to be, so that if we used the skill, we'd have more of an idea of what we're going to do. So like, we should have just done it that way around, realistically. But either way, we had lethal anyway. We were just absolutely through. Absolutely through. Yeah, GG's, Rarity, GG's. At least we know that we would have won that duel, right? We had the capability. The maths worked out. We got the mill. We got the pop. We had the attack we needed to win. We just are a goldfish. We're literally a goldfish. We are an idiot sandwich. I'm back. Holy, we're actually playing. Romic and Roller is the worst name. Yeah, I absolutely despise the name so much. Absolute numpty. Listen, Alex, I already feel bad enough. You don't have to dogpile me. Another Vi-Frnd. Okay. Activate, get another one. Do that. I guess it doesn't really make much difference, right? So we'll use this. We'll add... I guess we'll add one of the single copies. So I guess we'll grab Kitar. Normal summon. No delay. Interesting. Tribute over to summon. Summon this. Tribute over to summon. Activate Vi-Frnd. Sure, we'll do 5. Why not? So we didn't get anything there. We also didn't get the third Vi-Frnd. We did get the third Vi-Frnd there. So now I can go Psychic Composition. Add this to the hand. Yes. Summon out Miracle. Tribute over for this. Right, how many are we missing? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, am I an idiot? No, we're fine. What am I missing? No, they're all there now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're all there. So we activate this. I mean, we already know I'm an idiot. Okay, that was a rhetorical question, guys. Best deck, let's go! GG, what's your favorite speed deck, Tomato? So I have, in actual speed, in Duel Link speed, my favorite deck is... Oh, we've got Huki. Ooh, I do like playing against Huki. My favorite deck in speed at the moment on Duel Links is Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs is my favorite deck. It's not like fantastic, right? It's not like a super strong deck, but it's the deck I've always really, really enjoyed. Vi-Frnd actually kind of nuts. I mean, to be fair, that was a situation where our opponent had 3 back row and none of them were live. Like any trap card and we were absolutely stopped there. So this hand is really not ideal. I think this is the line, though. Alright, let's see what Huki's got for us. Cool, it's a pretty good deck. I mean, again, it worked quite nicely for us there, but we've got Divergence. We're going to stack the Psychic Composition, which is fine. Gets the draw. Alright, Vi-Frnd live. Because he's going second, he gets the actual plus, which is really, really good. It's one of those things where, like, I'd almost rather go second with this deck. I suppose especially because we're playing these, like, 6s and 7s. It means that you can just kind of brick quite easily. Only the skill is bad. The thing is, the skill isn't, like, awful. It's just it doesn't do enough, I guess is the way to look at it. Look, we've got Remick and Roller. We're about to see a second Vi-Frnd. We've got Berry Bassist. I'm going to use Vi-Frnd effect. We're only milling 1. Straight to battle. And we're going to take 46. There's not really a lot we can do about that, but... so we have 2 band members in the graveyard already. I mean, that's not, like, awful, right? So I'll go ahead and activate Vi-Frnd live. We basically have to send Kitar Kid here. We'll summon out Romic and Roller. Activate Romic and Roller. Because I can't use this unless I have a second monster, can I? 2 or more face-up psychic-type monsters, including a normal monster. Well, that's not realistically happening, is it? I guess we'll tribute over for this. We'll tribute over for this. Okay, that's going to get shadied. I think we're basically cooked. If we had another normal summon, we could have won here, but because we don't, it means we can't. I need to be a normal monster as well. Basically, would have needed to be Candy. But like then we had like a chance, but like realistically, we have to deal with this board. So we have to summon this, which means our trap isn't going to be live. So yeah, I think we just died at just about anything here. There's like a slim chance we live, but like not a great one. Like if he gets any boss, we're just dead, right? Because this on its own kills us, because we couldn't keep a card in our hand. The only other thing we could have done is not summon the Giftarist and then prayed that we milled one of our other 2 Giftarists with the Vi-Frnd. But we only would have got 5 mills because the first one would have got stopped, so... Romic and Roll is fine. It's any other boss. Any other boss is what we don't need. If he summons any other boss, we are so dead. Yeah, that's just lethal. We'll let him kill us. We'll let him kill us. Tomato is almost as old as the dinos themselves. I mean, not far off. The other skills are better, giving you free cards. Yeah, but the thing is that Psychic always gets weaker skills. They just always do. Right, let's see if Rarity wants another game, I guess. We can try and get the revenge from last time. Don't worry, Assault Mode Dinos will save it. Giving you free cards. 100% prefer to go second because you don't get the plus. Yeah. Well, like sticking cards in the graveyard is like fine, but like yeah, getting that plus is so good, especially in the mirror, right? Where it just feels like, well, we're just doing the same thing, but you've now got an extra card. Unless your like turn 1 is really good, I guess. But a lot of the time you're not going to have a really good turn 1 because you're playing so many like high levels. I guess you could just build the deck differently. Like that's the alternative, right? All right. Not a bad open, I suppose. Although, again, we're not getting the skill, which is kind of sucky. One thing I would like is if you could just use the skill going first, but you just don't get the plus, right? If you could just use the skill just to get the bricks out of your hand turn 1, that would just be really nice. And over list. I'll send the Discord, thank you. You play RPG games? TS? What is TS? Is TS tomato sauce? I've never been called TS before. I do play RPGs. I really like RPGs. You can probably tell by the soundtracks, right? I assume that's where we're getting this from. Ah, man, if we had... We keep finding Candy and Check never together. It's so annoying. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, we will go ahead and activate our skill. And we are immediately going to send probably Kitar Kid to the bin. Now... Are we just going to summon Berry here? I think Berry's a good option here. Right, so there is a back row. Which is like fine. That's not like an awful thing. Alright, we'll go ahead and tribute Berry Bassist. We'll summon out the one, the only, Vi-Frnd. Alright, this is going to get the Shady, which is actually pretty good for us here. So now, we'll go ahead and tribute over it. We'll flip this up. We'll flip this up. Activate Maginical Miracle. Bring this back. Activate Gift Harvest. We'll go ahead and activate Vi-Frnd. We'll send 5. Did we get another one in the bin? We did not. Ah, man, if we had just got another one. Because I can't do that to mill. Means now we're kind of stuck with that on the field. I mean, that's not the end of the world. It's just it could have been so good. It could, like, if we had got another Vi-Frnd there, this could have been like absolutely insane. With that said, there's not really much of a reason to do much. Both checks in the graveyard as well. That really sucks. We will set, and we'll just go to battle. We'll just swing. Realistically, I don't think I'm feeling bold enough to attack with the Candy, so I think we're going to pass on that. I think you play as best you could. Do you think you'd want to play deck out Prevention in this deck? I think if you were going to play deck out Prevention, if we're talking about the my deck, I don't think it matters too much, but we are playing Jump Start as our sort of like minor deck out Prevention. Like for the most part, if you can just get out 3 Vi-Frnds, you should find yourself in like a really good position to just be able to dominate, but kind of depends, right? So this is where this gets annoying, because this is going to go off. This comes out. I mean, this isn't lethal. So, like, I could just leave this. Because the problem is, if the other fusion does come out, like, if we just have the ballet, I do just die. Or at the very least, I lose, like, everything I've got. Going down to 100 life shouldn't be the end of the world here. Okay. That's fine. We only discarded 2 monsters as well. So we've kept the trap card. Alright, so now we will go Psychic on position. We'll add this back. Mill some cards. We'll drop Pot of Greed. So we do still have Jump Start. We also do still have that. Do we have another one in the graveyard yet? We still don't. So it's going to come down to what are you going to have? We got 2 of that, so we're probably quite comfortable. We'll go Dream Drummer. We got 1, 2, 3. So I need to get both of these in the graveyard. Pop this back. Pop this back. Is that a raid from Sleepy Anthony? Welcome, welcome on in. We'll do that. How are we doing this? I still need to get that in the graveyard. So we're always doing this, I suppose. Oh, we haven't activated the skill yet. One moment, guys. I need to activate my skill. But hello, welcome, welcome on it, guys. Alright, we'll tribute over for this. That'll get the Shiny Shady. So we're going to flip that down. I mean, that's fine. Tribute over for this. Activate the effect. Mill 1. We'll get rid of this. Then we can just tribute over for this. And then we don't need to get silly with it, right? We'll just... 3,000. 24. 24. Alright, we did it! We managed to get revenge! After we got absolutely bodied last time, we managed to pull it back. The only person we need revenge on now is Hyuki. That's the only person we need revenge on. But yeah, welcome, welcome. Hello, guys. Hello, Hidden Bankai. Welcome, welcome on in, my friend. My hiatus is over from Duel Links. Is it truly? Is it truly over? Right, let's see if Shade is actually here and willing to play now. Tomato, do me next. You've got it, buddy. GG Tomato, interesting. Vi-Frnd is up to 5 mils. I thought it was always mil 5. Now it's up to 5, which is really, it's quite interesting because you can like play around stuff, right? I maxed out on all the names for now. Probably wrong, but it hasn't felt too bad yet. It's one of those things, right? Like in that last game, like we were sometimes struggling to get that last name in the graveyard. So like I think sometimes it's going to be really important. Sometimes this hand is ass, bro. This is why I don't like going first with this deck, bro. Let me use the skill turn 1! Konami! Alright, well we're about to get bullied by these painters. On the plus side, no card in hand, so no Shady to worry about. But this is like the worst kind of brick we've had so far. Okay, we will activate and send Dream Drama. I mean, you're not live. We can go Ketar Kid. How do we have to do this? We don't have that in the graveyard yet. There's no way to get it into the graveyard, right? We have to summon. I mean, you're 17, but your effect is kind of naff. I guess you're probably still worth keeping, though. Alright, we'll go Romic and Roller. We'll Jamp check. Let's take a look at this. And this. They're both really annoying cards. Let's get rid of TSA. Alright, let's take a look at what these cards are. We've got one. The Barrier! Whoa! I mean, I don't really care about the Barrier, so we'll get rid of that, I guess. So we have no way to get all of these into the bin. So I'll tribute over that for this. Tribute over that for this. Activate your effect. We'll activate you, because I do have 2 Berry Bassist. We didn't hit one. Now we'll just summon this. I should have just summoned this first. There's no reason not to. You can't do it this way, and there's no way around it. I mean, again, we could have milled the the last one. The problem here is all he needs to do is get like anything, right? Like a leading actor is basically death here. Depending on the skill, if he finds a reactor, that could also be pretty bad for us. Oh, you haven't got a actor. That's what we're missing. Okay. I was going to say, this is a fusion. But if you don't have an actor, can't do anything with it, right? Alright, we'll use this. We'll send the last one to the bin. I have to ignore the back row with this. There's no way around that. I guess I could have... No, there was a better play here. I could have attributed these two. Activated this to see if we get the Vi-Frnd in the graveyard. I know, it still wouldn't have mattered because I couldn't get 2 of them on the board at the same time. I'm an idiot! Oh, I just absolutely misplayed there. For some reason, I thought I already had Giftarist in the graveyard. I'm just a dumbass. If I had just tributed over, this would have been completely fine. Wait, hold. If he misplays. Ah, boo. Go Guitarist again. Then we will just go to battle. Yeah, we absolutely are just throwing these games, though. Like, there was so much we could have done there. But it is what it is. He can't kill you unless he makes Formatarian. Lamau, I do that a lot, too. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think I've at some point, I've come to accept that I'm just kind of stupid. I just don't think things through. Oh, boy. Are we really going to lose to the one of TCB? I mean, that might not be too bad. We might be fine. So you need exactly... No, there's no way to do another fusion. So this is just the one fusion. I mean, this is fine. I think it still has to be make Fritstar, right? Yeah. And with a single last card, it shouldn't be the end of the world. We're only getting one draw. That's the kind of annoying thing, but we should have relatively easy access to Vi-Frnd from the graveyard. So, like, we should be fine. Okay, so this outs my whole board, which is, again, that's completely fine. Ah, my friends! So that clears the 0 defense, that attacks over 400. And then we should just be able to clean this up. We can't use the skill. That is the big thing, because we don't have anything to send anymore. So we go Candy. We go Maginical Miracle. We activate Maginical. We bring back Vi-Frnd. We activate Vi-Frnd. We pop the big boy. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Do we actually have enough to kill? Because this can't actually clear that. I don't think we actually have enough to kill, do we? That's very funny. I can go up to 32. 32 minus 18 is 14, right? So that's exact lethal? Is that exact lethal? Oh, well, we'll put this in attack mode either way. I don't want to do the maths. Because we deck out if we don't anyway. It was exact lethal. I should have just trusted the maths the first time. I can't read my own cards. Listen, we've all been there. We've all been there, Rarity. We've all been there. GG's, Shade. GG's. Is that hidden... Eden Odo, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Hidden Bankai? Now the question is Hidden actually here at the moment? He is. Ooh, we get to play against Hidden. Tonight I should take this to next week's Galaxy Rush. I mean, maybe. Like, I don't dislike this deck outside of the turn 1. The turn 1, like, really sucks. Well, it's like Hyuki was saying that he was on, maxed out on all of the band members, and I'm like, well, that means sometimes your turn 1, like, you're playing 3 Romucan Roller, 3 Berry Bassist, 3 Guitarist, and then 3 Vi-Frnd. I just feel like you should, if you go first with that, how do you not just, like, lose? Alright. This face up Psychic Monster other than this card. That is so annoying. There is so much I could do if it didn't have that one line of text on it. So instead we have to just do this, and then we pass. Just don't draw all big boys, simple. Real and true. Hello, Mr. Tomato. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome on in, my friend. How are you doing today? I'm hearing double voices. Is anyone else hearing double voices? Or is that just a Shade Anarchy thing? A new box show in this meta. Oh yeah, how new box show in this meta? It's not fantastic, but like okay, I guess is the way that I would describe it. Like it's not like awful, but it's not good. Ah. Right, taking 31 immediately. Not ideal, if we're being completely honest. I mean, some of those cards are good. I could summon, tribute both for that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could guarantee get Vi-Frnd online, but then, like... I don't think it's worth it. I think I'd rather just have the Giftarist on the board. So with that in mind, we'll go ahead and use Vi-Frnd. We'll send Romic and Roller. Then we'll go Dream Drummer. We'll go Keytar Kid. Activate Dream Drummer. We'll put the spare Berry Basis back in. And then... oh, I don't know. You can go back. In you go. I would love my 500 life points, thank you. Tribute over. To summon. Tribute over. To summon. Activate the effect. Activate the effect, and we're going to mill 5. We did get one, which is good. So now we can pop this. I mean, this is 1800 off of lethal. We have no way to feasibly find that much damage. So I'm going to set this. And just out of an abundance of caution, am I going to do that? I think I am. I'm going to go Jump Start, just in case there's like an OTK coming my way. Hard to return to the deck. So I want you back in the deck. I want you back in the deck. I'm going to grab this back to my hand. Heal for 1,000. Then we'll just attack over these. Alright. I mean, not too bad, not too bad. I barely play any band members. I mean, that's basically what we're doing, right? We're playing one of each, except for Giftarist and Berry Bassist we're on 2. Uh-oh. That's kind of spooky. We might be dead if he's playing... because of the way this deck is built, this is just... oh, this is just tier thing. Okay. Yeah, we're probably just dead here then, right? We take... it's going to depend on what else he's got. Wait, he doesn't get the things he didn't mill him normal? Is that how that works? I forget how the skill's worded. I haven't used it in a while. Okay, brings that back. If he's got another Chrysaor, we are probably just cooked. Yeah, that's death. That's just death. There was hope. There is no longer hope. To go swing, swing, crash, swing, swing, game. So the only way that we would have survived that is if we had a trap card. Because we didn't have a trap card, we lost there, basically. I mean, I guess that is how, like, the cheese deck works, right? Like, it basically puts you on gotta have it. And we didn't have it. We didn't have it. GG's, buddy. GG's. Dwan. Let's go play against Dwan. We haven't played against Dwan yet. Chrysaor goes burr. It's one of those things. If we had a trap, it might have been... like, we probably win. I don't know. We would have... we almost certainly would have used the trap on the first one. So you still would have cleared our whole board. And you still would have had the option to get 1,500 in. So, like... it's not guaranteed one way or the other, really. Can we do a next time? I mean, we're just going to duel against everyone. I'm going to try and, like, obviously prioritize people that I haven't played against yet. Oh, that's not good. That's not a good thing, Dwan. Don't disconnect on us. We will set, and set. I think this is the play. I want my rematch after this. Well, if United wants to play first, we'll play against him, because he hasn't played against us yet. I did miss both my skill uses, which sucks, yeah. I mean, if you had got it on that first one, again, it wasn't lethal with just him, but obviously you had the follow-up anyway. How many traps you played to Shady? We're playing 3 Shady and 1 copy of Trap Hole, so we've got 4. Make secret order. Okay. Making secret order here is interesting. I would have thought we would have gone boat, but maybe we already have boat, or maybe we have a weird hand. Okay, order brings back Oblivion. That's fine. We don't really mind taking a big chunk of damage. If it's just a big chunk of damage, that's fine. Right, boat comes down. Do we flip down boat? I think we probably do. Yeah, we're going to flip down boat, I think. I think letting them get the extra 2 is just not worth it. And we don't mind, again, we don't mind taking this big chunk of damage. We just don't want to, like, give him absolutely everything he needs. Price your turn 1, but you had to only get 1 monster out. That's all I could do, right? So this is fine. I don't mind having my board ripped apart, and we're not taking any extra damage from that. Alright, unfortunately this back row ain't doing much for us. So we can dump. And then what? We're not low enough that Romic and Roller can reduce them. I can make my life points higher. I can pay 500. That's the best I've got. So Romic and Roller ain't working, so we're probably just going to have to go defensive, and then Prey just doesn't have a Leica. I don't think there is another play with this hand. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I mean, there's a chance he just doesn't get Leica, right? It's not a very high chance, but there is a chance. Unfortunately, all 3 Oblivions are in rotation as well, which means Duan gets maximum value. Like, in some cases, leaving these on the board is actually better, because then he's forced to tribute over them, but because he's got the 3rd one in rotation as well, he doesn't even have to do that. We should be just Giga dead here, right? There's no way we survive this. We haven't got any trap cards. All of our monsters have piddly defense. If he just has a Leica, we've lost. And he should have 2 more Leica in the deck. So, like, our win con is that he just doesn't have Leica. They're both still in the deck with 13. Galactica Fusion Draw. I've been having a lot of fun with the Warrior Pierce skill. Oh, the like Digisoon Pierce one. So the one thing I didn't like about that skill was that you don't get a discount on your boss monsters, so you just have to like hard tribute some of them out. That was the big like, well, this seems kind of bad. Okay, goes into Plasma. And then again, we have there's no delay. Right, well, there is one Leica. That is our win con, that the other Leica is just not in his hand. I have a feeling. Oh. Okay, hold. Okay, okay, okay. We're still in this somehow. Let's see what we can find. The issue is we still don't have any V-Friend in rotation. We have no way to mill outside of this. So our only hope is that Giftaris mills 1 and gets what we need. Alternatively, we just set and hope he doesn't draw a Leica in 2 cards. But even then, we can only get 1... I can only put 2 cards on the board. So we'll just die to the 3rd attack anyway. So we have to do something. Even if it's so unlikely to actually work. If we had 3 monsters we could set, I mean, we could do this. I guess. Like, it's kind of the lame way to go, but I think it's the best hope we have. I mean, what's the alternative, right? We mill 1, hope it's V-Friend, pop that, swing over that, swing over... That still wouldn't be lethal either way. Alright, we have to do this then. Again, I don't think it really matters. They all have 0 defense. I'll take you, Berry. I'm gonna set, 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 set. I'm gonna tribute set over this one. Because I really need to find V-Friend or I don't really play the game. Unfortunately. My disappointment when Metal Gear Star did not come out. I mean, there's still time, Hey, Tomato, happy new cards day. Hello, JD Scrub. Welcome on in. Oh, yes, Psychic time. Psychic has been doing quite good for us. This is the worst we have drawn so far with Psychic. But, to be fair, there will just be some times where you just don't find V-Friend, and you're just going to have to deal with that. So, watch us, because the issue now is we don't have any left in the deck, so we now need to find a card to shuffle something back into the deck to actually get our discounts off, which we didn't find, so we still just lose. Yeah, unfortunate. We got nothing. We literally have nothing. So what we needed there was we needed to find Jamp Start to put cards back in our deck to send them to the graveyard with the skill. Because we didn't have access to the skill, we couldn't really do anything there. Alright, let's go against United. GG'd one. Yeah, we just basically hard bricked there. There was nothing we could do. We finally found the V-Friends, but it was way too late. I guess what is there a way? I mean, we are playing the Jamp Starts. That is our way to fix the skill. We just didn't draw into them. We had 1 in the graveyard because it got popped, but we still had 2 more in the deck. We just didn't draw. There's not really anything we can do about that. I mean, yes, we're gonna do this. Like, there was, like, a couple of other plays we could make here, but we're gonna do this. Imagine this is canon. I don't know what that means. I play extra drummers for that exact scenario. I mean, yeah. I mean, theoretically, it shouldn't come up much, right? We've got 3 Guitarists. We have 2 Berry Bassists. We have Drummer, Keytar, and Romic and Roller. So we have 8. And then we do have 3 copies of, so that goes up to 11, I guess, cards to put cards back into our deck. So it shouldn't come up that much, but it did. Behold, Pot of Greed. Both berries in hand, that's fine. We do have Start, which is probably going to be too late to actually reasonably do anything here. Right, we'll activate the skill. We'll send Keytar. Then I will summon Berry. No matter how this works. Alright, we'll go Berry again. Because no matter what he does, it's going to mess me up at some point. Alright, Berry is going to bring back Keytar. Why did I bring back Kitar? For some reason, I thought I had the spell card. I don't. But there was literally no reason to do that. But this is fine. Oh, the other thing is, this is the silly dragon deck, which means he's going to get a boost for how much attack I put on the board. I guess it's fine as well. It doesn't really matter. That being in the graveyard doesn't change a lot here. I mean, basically, we're just going to, like, spam everything outright. Now the question is, does he flip this down when I have a very, very, very low chance of it actually working? I'm on Avarice instead of Pog for the extra shuffles. I mean, it could be really important getting the extra shuffles. Alright, he is going to use the Shady here. I mean, this is fine, right? Like, this doesn't really change anything. If anything, there's now less attack on the board for him to get searches, which is actually kind of nice. We're not using that, so we're just going to set this. Go to battle, we'll just swing over one of these. Yeah, take that, Geist. I mean, our board's looking quite nice here. Hidden Banco wants to choose my sleeves. Whoa. Requiem sleeves. Okay, you have to... Right. I am really bad at remembering things. You might have clocked onto this. So, when the duel's about to end, if you want to, like, spam in chat so I remember to do it. I'm not using that skill. I hate that one too. Oh, you're playing the thingy one. The, Dragonic skill. I mean, you have Scout now. You can use Scout to take back Slayer. I think I'm fine with this. The issue is there's a lot you can do with this. It's going to depend on how many things you have in hand. I mean, this is an easy just add back Demolisher, right? Yeah, okay. Got 2 Demolisher engraved as well. That's pretty big. I guess it depends what else you have. But Demolisher on its own doesn't matter. It'll be the space on the board. That's what's going to matter. Because I can't let you do that. So we're going to have to use this here. We'll send this, and we'll flip this down, and we'll flip this down. Whoop. Which defense has Demolisher got? 0. Of course he has 0 defense. Another, and then a bunch of back row. Okay, pretty standard. Pretty standard stuff. Okay, how do we wish to proceed? I mean, we're always using the skill. We've got 2 engrave at the moment. So we'll go ahead and activate. I guess we'll send Rimic and Roller to the bin. We will flip up Guitarist, and we'll flip up Vi-Frnd. Activate Guitarist. We'll activate Vi-Frnd. We'll send 5. Okay. I don't need to do that yet, and I can just tribute over that as well, which is fine. Maybe I should have done that first. Maybe that would have been better. And not having the back row hit here also sucks again. Alright, we will just do this. I will tribute over this to summon this. Activate the effect. Right, there we go, now it's in the bin. So when I summon this, that's when you're going to use the trap card. Doesn't matter which one. Not really. I guess I'll tribute over this. We'll summon this out. Now, I've played this turn really badly. There was, like, a lot of much better things I could do, but, like... this is still kind of fine. Now, the annoying thing is, that means he has another card to deal with it. Which is, again, it's mildly annoying. It's not the end of the world. Why did I tribute that one? There was no reason to pick that one specifically, yet we still did it. Okay. So now we'll go Jump Start. And back into the deck we'll put you and you. Grab you back. We're always doing that, and we'll do this now. Tribute over this to summon this. Activate the effect. Mill 1. Pop that one. Then we can go Psychic Composition. Grab this back. No. Tribute over this to summon this. Activate its effect. Mill 1. And I believe that middle one is the boss. That has 0 defense. And there it is. Sometimes this deck feels really nice, but like, again, it's so piece reliant. Like, it's so unbelievably piece reliant. I do need to start saving replays. That is something I've been really neglecting. I don't even know if some of the other replays are still here. We'll save the Dwan one. That's a good example of what happens when things go wrong. That rarity one was like our high roll, and having a good high roll replay is really important. I actually kind of like the Huki replay as well. I'll take that one as well. Alright. Shade really wanted to play again, so we'll get Shade going. You guys can play against each other as well, by the way. You don't have to just wait for me. The deck is underrated. I think the deck, it has like a lot of potential, but like the issue is it has a lot of things going for it if you draw really well. It's like in that game against Dwan, we were just like, I don't know, man, I'm just giving Light Galaxy like 4 turns to accumulate everything they need to absolutely obliterate me. Requiem Sleeves. No! I missed it. I missed it. I don't know why people judge it immediately saying it's ass. Well, I think the actual boss monster itself is really good. It's just like trying to turn the boss monster on is the issue. So we can plus immediately add the card to our hand. That's pretty good. What would we be adding? We could add that. That's not the end of the world. Alright, let's go Roman pick. Okay, so there is a delay. Let's go Candy. Let's go Jump Check. Let's go 1. That's a shiny Shady. And that's a card restoration. I think I know which one I would like to see gone the most. Or gain our life points. Activate the skill. We'll add the card to hand. At this point, I think it's always Giftarist. Swing over this. Do you wish to gain some life? Okay. Based on the fact that you should be playing lots of cats, I'm not going to attack. I have a crazy line. You mill, then add whatever you sent with composition. So then Roman Pick is live, then you gain life points with check. Trying to think. So instead of adding it to hand, instead of getting the free +1, we neglect it just to pay the life points to get another +1 off Roman Pick. I mean, I think that's probably pretty good. Because, like, I mean, the negative is that we end up with sort of 1 card less, but it doesn't really matter. I could flip this down. That would be very funny. Did he have a back row hate? Ah, we'll just let him go. Just whatever. You could discard and draw cards, that's fine. If you want to pop my back row as well, that's also fine. Yo, is that Sora Mia I see? Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, draws 3. Barrier. Barrier is a classic, okay? You still get the +1 from the skill in a future turn. Yeah. Oh, wait, do you? Do you just get to hold it until you want it? So if you're going second, you just get to do this once per duel. I'm actually fine with this. You can keep your 7's Road Magician face up. If it's just this, I don't care. That's interesting. That is actually very interesting. I just assumed you had to do it on turn 2. That is very good to know. Ah, 33. He's like, do I want to get the extra damage on the Roman pick? Do I want to clear the threat? He does go for the damage. That's very greedy. I assume he's got good back rhythms. He's probably got another Shady. Not the best draws, if we're being completely honest, but that's fine. Go ahead and dump this. Then I will summon Kitar. So there is a delay. Then I guess we just tribute over it immediately. I mean, do we have Bassist in the graveyard right now? We don't. So there's not really a reason to not, so I might as well just do this now. Tribute over this. Summon out this. We'll go ahead and do this now. Then I will activate Vi-Frnd. We'll send 5. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Bassist, which is very sad, but it is what it is. We also didn't get the other Vi-Frnd. Oh, that's so annoying. I mean, we're still missing 2. No matter how we do this, though, it really sucks. Considering we know what his back pro is, I think we probably just do this. And we'll just pass. Duel me after this, Tomato? Yeah, I don't mind. I could play against you. I do want to play against Huki again at some point, though. I know he's been waiting. Adds fusion to hand. Adds back 7's Road Witch. Or cat. Recovery Force? Okay, we are playing some interesting decks. What's the name of the soundtrack in the background? This is Dynamax from Pokemon. I'm going to allow the Amazing Dealer. You can do this, Tomato. You have to beat the ladder infestation. I mean, we'll see. I do have 0 defense on all of my guys. I will allow this. That's also fine. As long as you don't summon out Charmy, I don't really care. This is fine. Tributes 2. See, now I'm feeling pretty good about doing this. Alright, let's see what we draw. So we still don't have bassist or thingy in the grave? How do we want to... I mean, we have bassist and thingy in the hand. It's like typical. Doing that, that's never going to work. If I tribute that, do that. I just tribute set. Trying to find a way that I can get 3 activations. I don't know if there is a way to do that. Also, it kind of depends what we draw. So let's draw the Pog. Hasn't really changed anything. I actually turned off our skill. I mean, we can turn the skill back on, so that's fine. Alright. Tribute set this. Then... what I really wanted to do was draw the last Vi-Frnd, but that obviously didn't happen. I do that, tribute over that, do that. I really should have used the skill first. Drawing that out actually really messed it up. But that's fine-ish. Do I just use it now? It hasn't changed anything is the issue. I think we have to do this. Right, well, tribute 1, tribute 2. Summon this out. Behold, the mighty guitarist. Riding is fine. I don't care about riding. Has no hand. So it's just Legend Trap we have to worry about. So now we activate this. Mill the 1. I mean... do we just ignore the back row? I'm pretty sure one of them is a Shady still. So now we'll go Jump Start. We'll put you and you back in the deck. Add you back to hand. Activate the skill, send this. Activate Psychic Composition. Grab this back. No. How big can you get? You can get an extra... like 12. Okay, we'll summon. Tribute over it, summon this. Activate the effect. Mill 1. Pop a card. That can just clear that, so... I guess I get rid of this. Oh, it can't. Oh, no. We have just thrown this game. That is a shame. Wait, no, it's 44. Okay, no, we're fine. Go to battle. Swing. As long as he hasn't got a trap card. Oh, I did the maths wrong. I was like, I'll get to 16. That'll clear it. I got to 14. I was like, oh, no. I've done it again. All right, now that we don't have to think anymore. Yeah, you can hold it. Let's do the name of the soundtrack in the background. Tomato, you should do a G watch-along after Vi-Frnds. What, like GX? Requiem sleeves, Requiem sleeves, Requiem sleeves. Requiem sleeves. GG, Shade. That was way too close. It was a little bit close. Alright. Requiem. Where are you? How far down is it? There he is. Voidvelge Requiem. All decks. Gotta go need sleep now. Thanks for dropping by, Shade. Always appreciate it. Vanguard G. I mean, yeah, I haven't watched G. So, I mean, I could. But I really want to finish the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, is the thing. Like, because I want to do a Zexal when we're done with Reigns. Right. Lost Memory specifically really wanted to play, so we'll do that quickly. Louise is like, I'm going to immediately change the sleeves. What do you want, Louise? What sleeves do you want? Alright, we've got Gavin Sagetsu. Oblivion. Are we just gonna like flip between the Zuijo and the Udiuslav? I mean that's a hand. Behold the power of set 4 and pass the turn. Just for help you, my friend. Oh, we're gonna change the mat. Oh, wait, what? Interesting. Digisunin Ensemble to the graveyard. Then we're gonna use Warrior Returning Alive to get back one of the monsters we just sent to the graveyard. We're going to take back Ensemble Fighter, the Music Fiend. Activate Heavenly Gift again. We're going to discard another 2 cards, so we have successfully gone -2. Have we got -2? I guess it's because of... Eh. None of these back row are live right now. I could put that in the graveyard, bring it back. Right, let's go Miracle. Let's flip up Candy. Let's activate Jump Check. Let's take a look-see. That's a Miracle Fusion. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't expecting Miracle Fusion. That's a regular fusion. I do think one of these is better than the other. You know what? I would like my life points. Let's take another look. Let's see what this one is. That's another fusion. I'm going to take a look at it again. We got the set. Let's get rid of that one. I would also like to gain my life points. That's quite nice. I do like gaining life points. Then we're going to go ahead and activate Vi-Frnd Live. We'll send this to the grave. Activate Maginical Miracle. Bring back Giftarist. Activate the effect. Activate the effect. And that's going to be GG's. Deep Jaw Trumpets. I mean, it works. Yeah, unfortunately that was a bit of a brick. We'll have to get a redo at some point. But I know that Huki's been waiting. Let's get another Huki game going. Because Huki absolutely bullied us last time. Assuming Huki's here. Let's see if we can maybe get some revenge. Maybe we'll go second this time. Right, we're going second this time. Thank God we went second. This is very much not a going first hand. I think this might be the exact hand we opened last game against Huki, you know. Oh, we haven't done the mat as well. We haven't changed our sleeves at all. We're just really bad at doing this. Right, Requiem mat. And then we need to make sure we do the thingy sleeve afterwards as well. Oh, there's candy in the bin. Tribute set. 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 Almost got the whole hand empty. Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and activate the skill. We do kind of have to add a card to our hand here. Does it matter? I guess we just add Rimic and Roller. I could just add Kitar Kid. Again, I don't think it really matters what we take here. We can go Berry. We can go Kitar. Face up psychic type monster other than this card on your field. Pay 500 life points. Special summon level 2 psychic normal monster from your graveyard. Oh, it has to be specifically 2. That's where I'm going wrong. Okay. I was like, what? Why no work? Alright, now we'll go Berry. Bring back Keytar. Tribute over for you. Activate your effect. Activate your effect. Never lucky. I was really hoping we'd just get another Vi-Frnd. We didn't even... I wasn't expecting to get the whole band there. I just wanted another Vi-Frnd. So here we're just going to go for some attacks. Boop. 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 And then we'll pass. Is that Hunter I see in the chat? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Is this the secret tier 0? Most certainly not. I think this is the kind of deck that will just randomly steal games off of, like, almost any deck, but won't do it consistently enough where you'll be like, man, that's a really strong, like, tiered deck. It's a weird one. It's kind of like the maximum in that regard, where, like, sometimes the maximum will just... everything will just fall into place and you'll just win. And then other times it won't. Right, Gift to the Grave. Yo, Dream Drummer. I guess you're going to put back either Romic and Roller or Keytar Kid? I mean, that shouldn't hurt us that bad, really? I want to try Beast Maximum on ladder just to bully 7s. Yeah, I think it is pretty good into 7s. Like, 7s do have outs to it, but, like... overall, I think it's pretty good. I think the thing that's going to really change is 7s can just quite happily play TSA. Like, they'll play TSA very, very easily without really having to think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you already got 4 in the graveyard and the 5th on the board? I suppose that's the power of running 5 of each, right? Or 3 of each, or 5 of each. Okay. So you have the pop now. If you have another Vi-Frnd in hand, this is just custom hand. There's nothing we could have done. Okay. Okay. Literal custom hand. I mean, we're not dead, but like... oh no, we are giga dead. I forgot about the extra pop. Yeah, I mean... that was literally a custom hand. Like, what are we supposed to do against custom hand? Like, I don't think hands get more custom than that, to be honest. We didn't open any trap cards. And we just had nothing, like, to go at all, really. You requested a clash? You're not even sat at a table hidden. Oh, we have to make sure we change our deck as well. How is the rush meta? The rush meta is, like, it's okay. I would... the biggest complaint I would have about the rush meta is that it doesn't really change much. Like, we just had a new box. And the new box is, like, fine. It hasn't really massively shaken anything up. And bear in mind, it's only day 2, right? So we could still see, like, changes happen. But for now, it's yet to really do much of anything. Alright, and it was... Requiem. Okay, there you go, lads. We've got everything that has been requested. I have fulfilled my contractual obligations. But hello, welcome on in. Team 6K with Iman. Everyone knows Team 6K. Absolutely fantastic content creators. Wait, hold. Clearly is my superior deck building being showcased. I mean, it genuinely might be. It might be just playing more copies of each of them is just better. But I mean, at the same time, you did just hard draw double Vi-Frnd turn 2, so... sometimes that's just enough on its own, right? Because even if you didn't already have them all, you'd still get 10 mils. And you'd probably get them all within 10 mils anyway. I mean, I think the play is just this, right? We're playing against what I can only assume is rebels. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I have to ask as well. I need to know if it's weather, because it's written weatherman, right, or weatherman. But I can't help but look at it and see whether I'm on from Christ, what was the anime even called? Shangri-La Frontier. I think the most annoying thing about this meta is Light Galaxy dominating the format for almost 5 months. Is it 5 months? I thought we were approaching the 4th month. Nah, that's fine. You can have that. If you want to pierce over me with that, that's fine. Alright, let's see what happens here. Been watching more Rush streamers to see if I'm interested. I mean, Rush is in like an okay spot right now. It's not like the best it's ever been. It's not the worst it's ever been. That's the way that I look at it. Ah! I don't like taking all that damage. I mean, Pot of Greed here is quite nice. Let's see what we find. We're going to draw 2. I mean, that's fine. We have that in the graveyard at the moment. We've got the Keytar in hand. I guess we are just going to immediately shotgun this. And it's going to have to be... It's probably Dream, right? It's almost certainly Dream. So now the question is going to be, has he got good back row? I mean, we're always summoning Keytar Kid. Okay, no delay. Means we might be looking pretty good here. I really just need to get a lot of monsters in the grave right now. So we're going to just see how we can do with our mills. So we'll tribute to summon. We'll summon out the candy. Tribute over. Activate Giftarist. It's not the best mill in the world. We'll activate Vi-Frnds, send 5. We do get a pop here. How much do we respect the back row is the next question. I don't really want to respect it at all. Did we get another Vi-Frnd in the grave? We did. So I'll go Psychic Composition, add back Vi-Frnd. Don't need to do that. Ah, so we could just do that. I don't dislike that. Alright, we will tribute over Vi-Frnd. Summon Vi-Frnd. Activate the effect. We'll mill 1 card. We will go ahead and pop the back row here. Excellent. Then we'll go Psychic Composition. Grab back Vi-Frnd. Still don't need to mill. We'll go Jamp Start. So you back into the deck, and I guess you back into the deck. We'll grab the candy back to hand. We go candy. Tribute over the candy. Summon out the Vi-Frnd again. Activate Vi-Frnd for the 3rd time this turn. Go ahead and pop that. Go to battle. And then we can swing over this. And get in for another 6k. Ah, see, when this deck works, it feels so good. It feels so good when it works. But, like, when it doesn't work, it's like, ah, where are all the pieces? Where have they gone? But I don't know, it's one of those ones. Sometimes it feels really, really good. Yeah, GG's, Bonko. Good GG's. Ah. Light Galaxy arrived at the beginning of April. Was it the beginning of April? It was... Yeah, beginning of April. No, it was May. It was the beginning of May. So no, it's not 5 months. Formats seem like they last a lot longer with the lack of boxes. That's just from outside perspective, though. It's one of those things. The boxes like come in at like okay rates. Like if we go over and take a look, right? Because we keep track of it all. If we look at like the product release dates, like if we look at the gap between these boxes, it's not been too bad, right? Like the bad one, I guess, is this one, which was like the structure deck drought. But like structure deck droughts is whatever, right? Beyond that, it's usually not super long, like 50 to 52. So about, you know, a month and a half, just over a month and a half is like, it's not awful, right? It's not the worst kind of delay in the world, right? But at the same time, it could be better. Now, the issue is when we've waited like a 52-day gap and then the box comes out and doesn't really do anything. That is when I think it becomes an issue, because then we're like, all right, we've been in the same meta for, I don't know, basically 2 months at this point. The new box comes out, let's see how it shakes things up, and then it goes, we're basically still in the same meta because this hasn't really changed anything. And it's like, Konami, come on, we just change something, please, please. Eternal Galaxy Road came out on May 8th. DLM says May 8th. I mean, I have it down as May 5th, but I could be wrong. Like, I'm not going to pretend that my data is infallible. Where is it? I have it on May 9th, even. Would you rather relive Gaia Matarian format again, which was short but absolutely horrible, or relive 5 months of Light Galaxy being tier 1? Well, like we say, it's coming up to 4 months now. So, like, that being said, 4 months is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous to have one deck be the best deck. Like, it's no wonder people are, like, not liking the format right now. But I don't even think it's Light Galaxy is the problem. It's that Light Galaxy hasn't gotten a significant nerf in such a long time, right? The actual deck itself, I think, is actually kind of fine. It's just a little bit overtuned. If you just tune it down, the deck's fine, right? You just give it a couple limit 3s, change the skill slightly, do anything, just do something. Just don't do nothing. Doing nothing is the worst thing you could do, right? I'm gonna get embarrassed on the internet. It was a good replay though, right? We got to see a lot of loop play from thingy, from the psychic deck. Rush was almost 3 months without a box after Gaia. I mean, where was it? It was Chivalrous Celerity. So it came out on the 28th, and we got a deck build box. It depends if we count a deck build box. That's what really comes down to. Because the deck build box came out less than 2 months after, so about 7 weeks after. But if we're talking about Eternal Galaxy Road, that was another 2 weeks after that. So that was 2 months. That was 9 weeks. So, like, it's still not 3 months. I feel like you're being very hyperbolic, Louise. And the box kind of feels like it won't do too much, which I don't want to say, but it feels like it. Now, the one positive we do have is Worlds is this weekend. Last year, they did a ban list announcement 2 days after Worlds. Right? So, theoretically, we could very quickly have big nerfs come into some of the stronger decks. If that happens, then the meta will be shaken up, right? That is kind of our one saving grace. We just have to kind of hope, and we have to cope on a new ban list coming out. That's what it really comes down to. Music Princess could shake things up, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, basically, right, basically. Last year, they brought the Psychic that replaces the Light Machine for be the new tier 1. I mean, yeah, Psychic was fine, though, right? Because the other thing is that, like, back when we had Psychic as, like, the best deck, that would have been the pre-Worlds. So this was pre-Worlds, and this was also pre-Go Rush release. We had Psychic as the best deck, right? It was Psychic, Cyburst, Machine, Royal Rebels. Everyone kind of agreed these were the 4 best decks. These were the 4 decks that pretty much everyone took to Worlds. So, like, it was nothing too surprising. Obviously, Go Rush mixed everything up by quite a lot. We got the Matarian meta, then we stayed in Matarian meta, and then we finally got to the Psychic Fusion meta, where Matarian was still around, but then Psychic Fusion became the new best deck, right? And then we slowly slipped into the Psychic Dragon meta, which... This was my least favourite, personally. I really didn't like the Psychic Dragon meta. But it might just be because I really don't like Dragon, right? Or I didn't like the Dragon skill. Rush Duel Links made me hate 7s. It was cool to watch just being destroyed by that. I mean, yeah. That's what it basically comes down to, right? Let's see if we can play another game against Tawan. So I do want to play against meta. And obviously, if Tawan isn't playing any of the new stuff, we'll just get to see how this deck fares against actual decks, right? I'm always fascinated by Psychic combos. The thing is, like, Psychic isn't like a super combo-heavy deck. It's just, it's slightly more combo-heavy than non-Psychic decks, I guess is the way to think. Because it's always really hard to explain it to a speed player as well. Because speed players are always going to be like, this game for babies. This game's so simple, right? And then the issue is they're not wrong, right? In that the game is a lot simpler than speed. It just is. It fundamentally is. But at the same time, I think there is more to it than just, like, being overly dismissive. Hog! Then we could do the line. No. Then I guess we send... I mean, does it matter with this hand? Whatever we do is going back into the hand. Whatever comes back into the hand is going to get summoned out anyway. I don't think it matters. Does this specifically say, like, effect monster? Add a psychic type. Dark attribute psychic type. Yes, it doesn't matter. Right, we'll just grab this then. We'll drop psychic on position. Grab this back. We'll go Roman pick. Activate Roman pick. We can grab Maginical, I guess. From here... Tribute over to summon this. Activate its effects. Send 5. We did get another one in the grave, so we can do a play. It's not a great play, but we're going to do it anyway because it's funny. We'll go Maginical Miracle, activate Maginical Miracle. Bring back Giftarist, activate Giftarist. Okay, so this is we're gonna see. Excellent. Good job, Candy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting insects. Peak song. Hey, sis, welcome on in, my friend. Yeah, I love Doom Eternal so much. At least I love the music from it. I think Psychic Dragon meta was the only meta I stopped playing for a bit. I mean, that's fair as well. I stopped playing tournaments during that meta, I can tell you that much. Or at least I stopped playing as many tournaments. Are you calling Royal Rebels not meta? Tomato, the Council of Royal Rebels disagrees. Do you really want your deck to be meta, though? That's the question. Wouldn't you rather it was like a rogue deck that then every time it gets a win, it's really impressive? If you're meta and you get a win, people don't care. This is a really annoying hand. I've got like all of the band members just vibing in my hand. And I'm like, what do I do with this? Right. I'm going to tribute over to summon this. Is this the I need to empty my hand, Shady? Okay, nothing really happening there. I guess we flip this. Activate the effect. I don't need to mill anything else. I'm kind of in like a weird spot right now. I could do... No, I'd need another boss. Okay, there was a better play I could have made. We're going to mill one. The play would have been to use... Because I haven't used the search yet. That's where we've gone wrong here. Although I don't think it matters because it doesn't look like there's any trap cards. So what I could have done was use the search that we didn't use on turn 1... Grab Giftarist, Tribute 2 to make room. Then I could have summoned out the other two guys and tributed over them. Because I could have kept the Berry Bassist and the Romic and Roller just to force the rest of them into the graveyard. I feel like everyone's just waiting to play against me now. Do you run Curse? Not in this one, at the very least. The release of a ban list 2 days after Worlds. Well, that's what they did last time, right? I mean, Insects is meta. Well, again, it was an announcement of a ban list, not an actual release of a ban list, you know what I mean? It's crazy to me Rowan Pick was a launch era rush card. Feels like a card printed today. I mean, the card was like literally printed in the original game, like set 2, set 3, something like that. I do want a hard rock and progressive. Konami could give another copy of Roman Pick. I would love that personally, but we'll have to wait and see if they do. I showed my friend Progressive. He said it was okay at best. That stung me. I mean, Progressive is like, it's a really good card, but it's one of those things where, like, even, like, right now, it's still fine. It's not, like, a crazy strong card in the OCG right now, but it's still fine. Ooh. So we did the Dark Galaxy last time. Now we're going for the Light Galaxy. And you've won the coin toss as well. I'm very happy that we lost the coin toss, because this hand would have been absolutely dog shit. Alright, draw for turn. Jamp start is fine. I think we always activate the skill. Yes. I'll grab this to my hand. We'll summon it. No delay. Tribute over to summon this. No, this wasn't the correct way to do this. I think there was a line where I got to use Roman Pick, but we messed it up. I mean, there's a chance that we just mill it. I mean, we got some pieces. That's not bad. Go to battle. Go get them. Alright. Not like the best, but also like not the worst. We've got 3 in graveyard. We got the 4th one there. We only need... Who are we missing? We're missing Romic and Roller. I mean, we might just die here. We could absolutely just die here. Okay. I mean, that's not bad. Okay, we've got the Pale Rider. Do we have the boat? We do have the boat. Boat on its own isn't super scary, though. Grabs back Linet, grabs back Fusion. Are we going to make Plasma? That's the next question. Secret Order. Okay. This is still fine. We might actually lose because we paid the 500 life points, which is very funny. But this is going to be, like, quite a small Eternal. Obviously, we have a 16 on the... Wait, okay. Do we have enough resources to do this and then make Eternal? No, we don't. Okay. Nice. We snuck into being lower on life points as well. I mean... That's not bad. Alright, we'll activate the skill. Send that to the bin. We'll summon out the Roman Pick. No delay. Activate Roman Pick. There's no reason to not take Vi-Frnd, right? We'll go Candy. Jamp check. Let's take a look. Yo, is that a secret order? I would love my life points. I believe we have everything, so we just do this. Get rid of that. Distribute over this. Get rid of that. We go to battle, and we do have lethal. Alright, we got revenge after getting Chrysaor like absolutely beaten up by it. So this is actually not bad. What's the name of the current song? This is Oblivion, ironically. And this is the Shiva theme from Final Fantasy XIV. Assuming you meant this song and not the song that was on before. But this has been going on for 3 minutes, so I'm going to assume it was this song that we were talking about. I don't think we've seen this person before. Let's see if they want to play. After watching this stream, the deck performs much better than I expected. Again, it's one of those things where there is going to be a lot of RNG involved, and not every build that we've been playing against has been, like, super optimal, right? It's like we played against one earlier, and bro was playing insects, right? I'm like, yeah, do you mark it down as, like, a good win if you, like, beat insects? I am fascinated by Psychic still. I mean, Psychic's really cool. Okay. That is a really just not what we wanted to draw. That's just not it. Alright. Well, we'll do this. We need a card in our hand. I mean, I guess we didn't need a card in our hand, really. We'll take Keytar. Summon Keytar. Tribute. Summon you. Can't even use its effects, so we haven't got any other monsters. Unfortunately, guys, this is kind of a brick. No traps. Only one monster. That's kind of yikes. I mean, we could have got another monster if we paid the extra 500 life. We could have got the extra card out of our hand, but we're being greedy, basically. But I don't think it would have mattered. I think we always just lose here, because our open was just so bad. Another thing is that this is going to be a really awkward matchup to try and stall against, because all of our guys have, like, 0 or basically 0 defense. So theoretically, he could just activate the skill and then just bully us through our defense monsters. And then we basically have to OTK or we lose. Okay, well, if he had the Resonance, that doesn't matter then. Resonance was always going to wipe the board, so not having a lot of monsters doesn't matter. And not having trap cards also doesn't matter if he just summons double Volcano. If it's double Volcanic, then we were dead anyway, right? Okay. I mean, if it's just this, we might be alright. But I have a feeling we're about to see a Tribute Summon. Okay, straight to battle. I mean, we do live. Why did I set both my jump checks? What are these cards that we're drawing, bro? Okay, activate the skill. I think we have to send Dream Drummer. We'll go Remick and Roller. Activate Remick and Roller. Psychic Composition. Add Guitarist. Activate Pot of Greed. Right, finally Vi-Frnds has decided to show up. There's no other big play we can make. I guess we can go for the single mill. We could have, like, forced the Guitarist into the grave, which probably would have been better. But we got 2 in the deck, so I'm kind of like, oh, we'll just get some, don't worry about it. Right, we did get the Guitarist. We did not hit a Berry Bassist or another Vi-Frnd. You really can't make this up, can you? Oh, that's so annoying. If we had another Vi-Frnd, we could have just kept the combo going, but we don't, so we can't. So we're going to drop the Jamp Start. I think I'm actually going to put one of these back. Just in case. We'll grab back Candy. I don't even know if I want to set this, you know. Let's just get a battle. We'll attack over this. We'll attack over this. Oh, man, in those 6 mills, not finding a Berry Bassist or a Vi-Frnd feels so bad. A Psychic meta? Hello, Shui, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Psychic are interesting. I don't know if I'd call them meta. Again, this is still, like, only the 2nd day, right? But, like, they feel okay, just not great. But it's like here, we would have killed him if we had found another Vi-Frnd. Like, if we had milled another Vi-Frnd to the grave, one of our other 2 copies, we would have just killed. If we had milled the last piece, the Berry Bassist, we wouldn't have actually killed. So, like, activate Spirit Stadium, okay. Psychic Shura deck. My guess is they will be a fun ladder deck and maybe see some top 8s. Yeah, that's kind of how I would expect to see it as well. Like, top 8s feels about right. Okay. I mean, I can't do anything about that, so... That's 100 damage. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that, right? He just goes combat, right? I could have flipped ourselves down, but then he just forces another summon, so I don't think it was worth it. Or I don't think it mattered. It literally came down to, if we flip down, he summons. If we don't flip, he just doesn't summon. I mean, we basically, like, hard bricked there, so I'm not too, like, worried about that one, realistically. I'm like, do we save that replay? Is that replay worth saving? I mean, it's a good showcase of what happens when everything just doesn't go right. Also was... I mean, the main thing there was just that he was playing a normal monster-focused deck. And that means that Shady doesn't work. I don't know if that's really a good one. And my Jointex Stegosaurus will obliterate these puny psychics. I don't know if it will, you know. I mean, we'll just keep hopping around if people want to keep playing. We'll just keep playing as long as people want to keep playing. Let's see if Huki's about. I'm trying to think if there's anything we want to change in the deck. Like, I'm like looking at it and I'm like, is there anything we want to mix up? I don't think the deck's like felt bad. Like, the bad games are just like, we didn't draw everything, right? I don't know if there's a way to add extra consistency. It's just kind of like, just don't get unlucky, Lamau. So maybe it's fine as it is. These are certainly cards. Alright, we'll set, pass. I think this is how I like it. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so this is our third game against Yuki. In 2 out of 3 games, Yuki has gone second, so he's gotten the plus. And in the one game we went second, he had basically opened a custom hand. So let's see if he can not do that this time. We also have opened no traps, I think, in any game against Yuki. So he's just like got to do his entire combo, and we have had nothing to interact with him. Part of me is like, maybe we should put Trap Hole in here, just because it's really good into some of these decks. But like, part of me is also like, are we just saying that because some of the specific decks we've been playing against here would have been hurt by Trap Hole? Okay. So we just opened Vi-Frnd again, because Yuki just cannot help but open absolutely cracked every single game. He does have another Vi-Frnd in the grave. Looks like didn't have everything though. Okay. Now we need to find our own Vi-Frnd, otherwise we might just get bullied by this. It's not ideal. That's not ideal. With that, with that, with that. So we'll go ahead and activate this. I guess we'll just send Runic and Roller. We'll summon out Dream Drummer. We'll summon out Candy. Activate Dream Drummer. Put this back. And then I guess we'll put back Guitar Kid. Yeah, I want some life points. Alright, then we will tribute over this to summon out this. We always want to hold it because we want to get something better, ideally. That's not helpful. Tribute over this to summon this. Activate your effect. That's also not helpful. Annoying. There's not really anything to do about that. We just needed like a boss monster is what we were looking for. We didn't find one. We didn't find one, I guess, so swing over that, and then, I mean, I guess we're just swinging over this. I have a feeling this is going to be the mill one, draw one. I forget what it's called, a Musi Performer? But, like, it's fine. Get a little bit of damage in is always nice. Let's see. Let's see what Yuki's got for us. Roman pick. That's fine. It's basically the only card that really lets you take advantage of having lower cards. We are playing the Jump Check. Okay. Behold. Psychic Composition and Jump Start. 2 cards that both add a card to my hand. Gets rid of the composition. Okay. Activates Roman. Just mills another Vi-Frnd. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could have just added the first Vi-Frnd. So that's 3 Vi-Frnds in the grave. So now, if you have your own Psychic Compositions, this could get very sketch very quickly. Let's see what you got. Because if it's just the one Vi-Frnd, it's not like the end of the world. If it's multiple Vi-Frnd, that's where everything starts to fall apart for us. Okay, Guitarist. I believe that's the last one because you have the Guitar on the field. You just tribute over it. I don't know if you milled another Guitar. Yeah, you did mill it. Doesn't matter anyway. Okay, we've got the Guitarist out. We've got the Vi-Frnd out. That's all fairly standard. Go for the mill. Activate the Vi-Frnd. That'll get you the pop. Okay. So that's probably a trap card. We do take a chunk. I mean, most of our deck has to be gas, right? Where are my Vi-Frnds? At least we can activate this, but like, if you could just flip it down. When we have to go for it, right? Roman pick. Alright, Vi-Frnd has finally shown up. Send that to the bin. Okay, how do we want to do this? This has to come out. This is going to force the back row. We have no other way to force the back row, so it's just, this is happening. So we tribute over this. This comes out. This gets the trap card. Compulse. Okay. Berry. So he has 2 trap cards. Tribute over. This gets the Shady. So now I need to get back a tribute monster. So Kaika Composition will get back Giftarist. Tribute over it to summon this. Activate Jamp Start. Put back this and this. Add back the Candy. Summon this. Activate Giftarist. Activate Psychic Composition. Grab this back. Tribute over, summon. Activate. Oh, we might have actually thrown. This might be a light throw. 3,000 plus 400. No, this is fine. We do still have lethal. We'll put that back. Put that back. We'll grab this. Normal summon. Okay, we almost threw. But we didn't. We were fine. Alright. We finally managed to get a win over Hyuki. We finally did it. We are not completely washed. Is that Psych is in the chat? Let's go and see. Or Psych is in the chat. Psych is in the... I assume this is CZ. Alright. Let's get another game. Let's see what happens there. Tiger. Okay. So we did play against Rarity, playing Tiger earlier. Alright, this is not a Tiger skill. So this is probably Heroes. But if we're playing just new stuff, this could be Cyber Dragon. Hey, Cyclone Valley. Welcome. Welcome on in, my friend. Alright, let's see what happens here. I'm expecting to not really find anything out from this turn specifically, but we'll see. Yeah, as expected. Alright, behold the mighty Summon Candy. Followed by the magical miracle. Then we're gonna check. We're gonna check out what's going on over here. That looks like Heroes. You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of that one. How do we want to play this now? I think I'm going to say no. I'll throw this in the bin. Activate Magical Miracle. Bring this out. Activate your effect. Nothing really changed there. Ah, screw it. We're going to jam check this. I want this gone. I don't like the idea of you being able to just keep your life up as much as you want. Unfortunately, this ain't attacking. So we're just going to pass on that. This is fine. This way we've managed to hold onto the search, which could be really, really valuable coming up. Okay, Argent is fine. That's good, that's good, that's good, and that's excellent. Alright, perfect. We don't have to worry about any pluses. Alright, Burst Denetrix and the Avion. We have hard drawn the fusion. So now it's like, did we also hard draw? I mean, I guess, what else would matter? Like, Sparkman would be funny, but I don't think it's, like, necessary here. Okay, let's just pop the back row. That's fine. What concerns me is the last two cards in the hand, more than anything. Like, this board is fine. We've only got one band member still. That's the most annoying thing. Obviously, we haven't found a V-Friend yet either.
Hero Rush Rising. I send Argent to the graveyard. Then I can take Fusion back from the graveyard to my hand.
Alright, what are the other cards in the hand, though? Is it another Fusion monster? We are going to activate Star Restart. Yeah, there was no good way to do this, really, was there? So this is fine. Hey, we get to keep candy! Always take those. That is such a strange hand to have drawn. Alright. Activate. Yes. I mean, I guess it's Kitar with this? Summon Kitar. Let's take another look. Haha. Alright, then tribute over. Summon. Oh, you're on the board. Oh, that was really silly. I should have done the other one. That was so silly. It might not matter. It depends. It might matter. Right, let's go 5 cards. No, we didn't mill it. Ah, that's so annoying. Tributing over the wrong one is really, really bad here. Because now I have to do this. Activate your effect. Activate Psychic Composition. Grab this back. Yes. Tribute over this to summon this. Alright, which ones do we have in the graveyard right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. How do we only have 4? We don't have either of our berry bassists in the bin. How has that happened? Alright, that's fine. It's fine. Mill another 5. How do we still not have... Alright, we have just lost because our 2 berry bassists are still in the deck. That is annoying. That is actually annoying. We had 3 cards left in deck, and we had 2 cards we needed in the graveyard in there. That is so annoying. That is actually so annoying. I mean, that is just, like, the worst luck, right? Because that was just, like, hard lethal if we just milled a berry bassist, right? God, that is so... I mean, we did make a mistake, but the mistake didn't matter, realistically, because we still never had the berry bassist. So even if we did tribute the correct monster, nothing is fixed there. I still hate the fact Tiger doesn't have a line with Dragius. I mean, yeah, that does kind of suck. I mean, this isn't exactly a fantastic hand, but... Tribute over this. And we'll set and set. We'll pass on that. GG, CZ. I really can't believe how unlucky we were in that game, though. Like, all we needed to do, if we just milled a berry bassist, and again, we had 2 left in the deck, out of our 3-card deck, so we just absolutely got completely stuffed on RNG. We pop both of the monsters and have 6,000 damage on board. So, like, it was like the freest win of all time, and RNG is just like, no, you're not allowed to win. It's just like, come on, bro. What are we doing here? It's always Keytar here. There's no, like, good way to do this, is there? So we think we just do this. There's, like, such a slim chance anything... Like, we'd have to get so lucky to, like, sack a win off this. So I think we just do this. Oh, we can't even summon that because we used the skill. That's also really annoying. Alright, we'll just activate this. That was just a misclick. I'll tell you what, we're gonna go next. We're gonna have a reading. I was just absolutely just clicking random buttons there. What was the plan if you had the basis there? Only 3 left in the bottom. Yeah, so we had 2 left in the deck, 3 out of our 3-card deck. If we had milled it, we get to do the pop on one of your monsters, then we tribute to summon out the other one, pop again, and then we have 2 6,000 attack monsters with an empty board on your field. But like, it's like, what can we do if our luck is just that bad? Because like the other side of the coin is that because we milled so much, we were just dead to deck out the next turn anyway. Sure, I'll pot of breed here. God, this deck feels really awkward going first every time. Every time we go first. Stampede. Okay, so we're not playing the, Oh, this is the new skill. Why is it called Stampede? I don't know why I thought it wasn't called Stampede. Okay, that's fun. So revealed the Stegosaurus, so might not have the Rex. Summons that Ace. Okay. Stegosaurus comes out. I mean, that's fine. That's only 4,000 damage. I'm fine to take 4,000 damage. Ow. Ow. Alright. So what we find. Not the best draws, but we can probably make it work. So we'll send you to the grave. Summon out Rimic and Roller. Activate Rimic and Roller. So we have access to that if we want it. We don't need it. So we'll go ahead and tribute. We'll set. We'll go to battle, and we will swing over this. And we'll pass. Alright. I mean, we're in an okay spot. It kind of depends if he can just force the back row. That's what it really comes down to here. He has the Rex. Rex is really quite annoying for this. I mean, this is kind of a brick game, so it's kind of whatever, right? But I still don't really want to just, like, lose it for no reason. Has anyone tried Music Princess with Hero? I did try it a little bit, but it didn't work out very well. It just feels like you just make the hero deck worse if you go for it. I'll tell you what, let's just let this go. If you just win the 30... I mean, the other thing is I don't know if United is, like, actively watching the stream and thus knows where my trap card is. Because if he hits it, then we just say he was watching the stream and he's cheating. If he doesn't hit it... Yeah, see? Now we know that he was cheating. I mean, we can just get out of here, right? I don't see a point continuing this. Alright. Is there anyone else that wants a game? We've got Shade going. Let's play against Shade. Chew sleeves. GG to... I mean, we basically bricked 2 games in a row, so I don't really know if we count that. You want Join Tech Rex sleeves? Okay, we can go and do that. Over here. Deck settings. Change to... it's right there as well, which is actually very convenient. We'll set that to all decks. Yeah, it feels like the latest handful of games that we've played have just been really mid. Like, we've just been getting, like, really awful luck. Which is, like, so bad. But I suppose it's one of those things. I think the biggest issue I have with this deck, like, overall, is you can't use the skill going first. That is, like, my biggest complaint. We had at least, like, 3 or 4 games today where we went first, and we just had a hand of, like, Giftaris, Berry Bassist, like, Romic and Roller, and we're just like, I can't play anything. I just have to end my turn with a hand full of cards, and that just feels so bad. I think that on its own is enough to be like, I don't like... Alright, I don't think this deck is reliable. I think is the best way to put it. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, well, we do seem to be winding down a little bit, so I think this is probably a good time to go ahead and end the stream. We had some really good games today. We had some really mid games as well, but I think that does speak to the deck and how it functions, right? My overall impression of this deck after playing all these games today is if you just draw really well, it feels really good. If you don't draw really well, it feels kind of mid. And I think that is probably a telltale sign that this is not going to be super meta relevant. It's so difficult to decide though, just because if you do just get a little bit lucky, the deck feels so good. Like, it feels so strong. You can do like all these, like the loop plays, you can get off like 3, 4, or maybe even like 5 activations of Vi-Frnd in a single turn, which actually feels really, really strong. It's just... there have been just as many games where we drew absolutely nothing and couldn't do anything. So it's just like... it's very awkward. But we will be back again on Thursday for another stream. But we will also be doing the Gryan Starry Rush Cup tomorrow. And that also means that our watch-along is going to be a bit later as well. Because we won't be able to start the watch-along until the Starry Cup finishes. And regardless, the watch-along will be ending at 10. So if the Starry Cup doesn't finish until 10, well, then there won't be a watch-along. If it finishes at, like, you know, 9 or something, then we'll do an hour watch-along, right? That's the plan. That is the plan. But thank you guys so much. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.